Have a great day. Here we go.
Now, it's time for the Pat Narduzzi Show. Brought to you by GBU Life, providing life insurance, annuities, and community service since 1892. AirPro Heating and Cooling. Call someone you know. Call AirPro. The Pat Narduzzi Show is on the Panther Radio Network.
From the Indigo Hotel on Technology Drive, next to the campus of the great University of Pittsburgh, welcome to the Pat Narduzzi Show. I'm Larry Richard with the Chris Pickle 97 head football coach Pat Narduzzi. Coach, here we go. 7-0 on the road against SMU, but what a game on that Thursday night against Syracuse. I said to you walking off the field at halftime, Coach, I've seen a lot of football. That was the most dominating half of defense that I have ever witnessed, with 3 pick sixes. And let's hear it for the Pitt defense. The Sharks were feeding.
You know, those were great picks. The thing about them, you know, again, there was 5 interceptions, but the thing about those interceptions, they weren't gimmies. I watch tape some days, and it's like, this is like, well, that what, you know, I mean, just some awful interceptions, like poor throws. Like, those were not gimmies, you know. Those were great plays, and to me, it's great films. You know, great coaching, great players, and great film study by our players. You know, knowing what routes to expect, and just executing it properly. And when you got perfect execution like that on third down. 3 of those 5 interceptions were on third down. They were a great third down team, and then we got our business done on third down.
And Pitt All-American Doran Dickerson obviously has played the game at a high level. Pat Bostic, they both said the result of the interceptions was good film study and technique. And so they agreed with you that they weren't gimmies. They knew what they were doing.
No doubt about it. I mean, that's the most impressive. It wasn't like they threw it up, got hit, and it was a bad, like those were takeaways. Those weren't gimmies.
And the fact is that you were facing at the time the second-ranked quarterback in college football. And
where is he now?
Yeah, I don't know where he's ranked now. I'm moving on. We're looking forward to, but that was just fun to watch. That level of excellence, especially in the first 30 minutes of play.
Yeah, it was certainly fun to watch, fun for our kids, and just lit the team. Biles' first one, that just lit the team on fire. I think that just set the tempo for the day. And
they did it on national television, and a lot of people maybe this year are looking at the University of Pittsburgh going, wow, these guys look good. They look tough. And you're on the road. You're going to face another good football team. Their first, season in the ACC and SMU down in Dallas. And they're 7-1, so they're ranked 20th. You're at 18th, so it should be a good battle.
No question about it. It's a really, really, really good football team. Maybe the best team we've played to date. They got a great run game. They got a great run defense. Those are the 2 things they specialize in, and they're a top-ranked defense and offense. So top 25 offense.
What were some of the other takeaways from the game against Syracuse for you?
Oh gosh, where do we start? Ben Sauls was electric.
And he's just recognized as the best kicker in college football.
Yeah,
mid-season.
That's a great. You're
the qualifier of a head coach. Mid-season, Larry.
Don't get caught up in mid-season.
Okay.
But you know what? I mean,
a 57-yard field goal on top of doing it before. That's
and a 49-yarder. I mean, those aren't easy. I mean, and you watch college football enough. I sat home Saturday, watched balls going everywhere. Okay.
And there are a lot of pro teams that have played at Acrisure in its 21 seasons that haven't been able to hit 57-yard field goals.
I'm sitting late at night watching that Duke SMU game, watching Duke missed 2 field goals in an extra point.
Cost them the game.
Lost the game because of it.
In overtime.
We got Mr. Automatic, Ben Sauls, and so that's another takeaway that we continue to play at a high level there. Junko, same thing, just start with special teams, and then offensively we had 45 plays. I mean, we just didn't get. I mean, when you think about plays per minute that were on the field and points per minute, we're probably pretty good. But nobody's happy when you're only getting. Everybody wants to see offense. Me too. And our defense was our offense. And really, when you think about those 2 turnovers on defense, take away 3 series on offense because the defense is going right back on the field. So they had 3 more series than we did, which equals we were out there for 102 plays on defense, and they were out there for 46.
And credit to them because physically they were facing a lot of plays, but credit to your staff that gets them ready through the course of a whole year to be physically ready to play a full 60 minutes.
No doubt about it. The great thing is the last 2 or 3 series, we were able to get, I think, from really play 72 on. We had our 2s and 3s out there. I mean, it's nice to get your 2s. We got them in against Youngstown State, but we also got them in against Syracuse to give those guys an opportunity to get coached and see where they are midseason.
Yeah, and that adds to just a confidence level. I'm sure those guys, they work so hard in practice, and when they get a chance, they want to show you what they can do.
No question about it. I mean,
anybody flash for you?
Shadarian Harrison, nickname, Drip is his nickname. Actually, it's his name, I think. He goes by Drip. I call him Shadarian. He's like, Coach, it's Drip. I'm like, okay, I got you, Drip. But Drip, he had a PI late in the game, but, just kind of he's got a cool down, but he's in great coverage. He's got great feet. He's going to be a really good corner for us in the future. He stood out. Zach Zollers is a guy I love Zollers. He's a guy that, got on the field because he plays so hard on the rocks. And it's like, put that guy out there. The guy's got a motor, and he runs around. I don't know if he made a tackle, but, just good to see some of those guys get on the field. Jeremiah Marsland was out there playing at a high level as well, hitting people and executing, the right way. So it was just good to see.
And when we come back, we're going to talk about the weekly awards for your Pitt Panthers. Let's hear it for Pitt, 7-0. You're listening to the Pat Narduzzi Show and the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Hey, Pitt fans, as the official credit union of the Pitt Panthers, Clearview Federal Credit Union is here to help you reach all your financial goals. Clearview wants to help you score big financially, whether you need to save, spend, borrow, or learn, they're here to help. Get easy access to your money from anywhere using their digital banking featuring Zelle, Clearview Live Video Banking, over 80,000 surcharge-free ATMs nationwide, and financial centers throughout the Pittsburgh area. Visit clearviewfcu.org/Panthers to learn more and open an account today. Hail to Pitt.
As the largest and most experienced program in the region, UPMC Sports Medicine knows that injuries can happen to anyone, whether you're a weekend athlete, a rising star, or even a seasoned pro. That's why we offer a complete range of services and experts to help treat and prevent sports-related injuries to get you back in the game. To make an appointment, visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. UPMC is the official healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Panthers.
Man, do I love picking up my winnings from MacBid. Oh yeah, I see you, TV guy. You too, drill man. I'll get you yet.
Making friends?
They just happen to be here for pickup when I am. You'll see, honey, I'm gonna outbid those guys so bad.
Oh, I know you will.
And my biggest rival, Turntable Lady.
Yeah, thanks for picking that up. You put it in the trunk, right?
It's a MacBid auction-packed summer. I'm sleeping with the enemy.
Not with that attitude, you're not.
Now bidding.
At mac.bid and on the free app. Welcome to the Eliza Hot Metal Bistro and Hotel Indigo Pittsburgh, University, Oakland, host of the Pat Narduzzi Show. At Eliza Hot Metal Bistro, our chefs are true craftsmen, infusing every bite with passion and precision. Elevate your special event to new heights with our rooftop terrace, with over 2,600 square feet of flexible event space. And when it's time to relax after being minutes from the action, our well-appointed guest rooms provide the perfect sanctuary. The Eliza Hot Metal Bistro and Hotel Indigo Pittsburgh, University, Oakland, where every detail, every moment matters.
The 2-minute warning, the caution flag, the 4. At PNC Bank, we believe in the power of a helpful watch out. That's why we created Low Cash Mode, the new financial watch out that gives you multiple options and at least 24 hours of extra time to avoid overdraft fees. Low Cash Mode on Virtual Wallet from PNC Bank. Available on all virtual wallet products. To learn more, visit pnc.com/Low Cash Mode. Copyright 2021, the PNC Financial Services Group, Inc. All rights reserved. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Thanks to 850 community partners across an 11-county service area, Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank is working to eliminate hunger and stabilize lives across the Three Rivers region. We're committed to making sure all our neighbors have consistent access to healthy food, and we're connecting people to other critical services to address the root causes of food insecurity. To get help, volunteer, or donate today, visit pittsburghfoodbank.org or call 412-460-3663.
Back to the Pat Narduzzi Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
From the 33, shotgun from McCord, empties the set with motion. Looks left, fires left. The pass intercepted up the sideline. Comes a man with the football, and that is Biles for a pick six. Just stepped in front of Trebor Pena and said, I'm out of here. That's the great voice of Bill Hillgrove, our Hall of Fame broadcast legend, describing the first of 3 pick sixes, 5 interceptions overall. Coach Narduzzi, let's talk about your player awards for the game against Syracuse.
Okay,
starting with Players of the Week.
Players of the Week, we'll start off with special teams. We've talked about him already. Ben Sauls, that 49 and 57-yard field goal, outstanding, just playing at a high level, got a great confidence. Defensively, Rasheem Biles, besides his interception for a touchdown, had a couple quarterback hits, sack, 7 tackles. I mean, he had a great TFL. We give out a bone every week. We give out a bone. They each get their own little bone, but we have a big bone. We put their name on it for bone hits. He got the bone. He got the bone hit of the week as well. Rasheem, but heck of a game by him. And then offensively, Raphael Poppy Williams had a winning grade, 2 receptions, 31 yards, and one of those was a TD down in the center of the end zone. All
right, let's talk about Offensive Lineman of the Week.
Offensive Lineman of the Week, this guy continues to get better every week with a winning grade and 3 pancake blocks. Ryan Baer, our right tackle from Cleveland, Ohio, just continues to get better every day. Coach Darvo does a great job coaching the O-line and just working on the tiny little details of each guy. Every week there's something you got to tweak, whether it's their stance or their kick slide or some run blocking. So he does an outstanding job.
Unsung heroes. Let's start with special teams.
Special teams. I don't know if I mentioned this guy's name a year ago, but special teams, Caleb Junko.
Again.
Our punter, just outstanding. 43.8 yard net average. That's big time. We eliminated Pina, their punt returner, which we know is really good. The hang time he had was outstanding as well.
And on defense, boy, this must have been tough because there are so many candidates.
No doubt. The unsung hero, was Kyle Lewis, unsung. Besides the interception and playing great, getting underneath that out route, I guess, was the run after the catch, right? I mean, that was – Biles had it easy into the end zone. Kyle Lewis had to work for his.
He battled. You watched it in slow motion. It's been out on the internet. A lot of people watched that pick. And then if you'll notice, as he's – diving into the end zone, his jersey's torn off right down the number they had to switch jerseys.
It looked like a horse collar to me. I thought when you grabbed your nameplate it was a horse collar, but I guess not.
But they ripped it, they ripped his jersey and he still got into the end zone.
He's a strong dude. He's got great feet. And Coach Belt said he could use him on offense a little bit too. Might get him a run package every once, or maybe a goal line package.
I'll tell you what, that's one he'll never forget, and Panther fans won't either. All right, unsung hero on offense.
Unsung hero, offensively, Gavin Bartholomew, had a great game blocking people. Talked about the crowbar last week. I guess there was a lot of, crowbar talk a week ago. But he had a winning grade, 3 receptions, 21 yards, had a nice longer one later on. We got to do a better job blocking for him when he does catch some of those short ones, down the field with some of the receivers. But, Gavin plays, he plays pretty darn well every week.
Yeah, a lot of those D-backs don't want to hit Gavin once he gets into the secondary. All right, defensive attack force player of the week.
Again, attack force goes to the guy with, a lot of production points. Again, graded out ACC as well, but had a tackle and a half, and again, that sack, and then he had that interception on a T screen, which again is great film study. He sniffed it out. They actually ran a screen earlier in the game, and you go on the iPad and say, okay, it was this formation. They ran this play. He happened to be out there for it, and he sniffed it in there. And Nakai Johnson did a nice job. At, we had a twist game going on, and Nakai ran into him probably by accident, but tipped the ball up. And again, Lovelace, another guy. I think he rushed for over 2,000 yards in high school as well. Another tailback linebacker that, if he gets the ball in his hands, he can take it to the house.
All right, our Rocks players of the week.
Special teams was up, Peter Varzel. Again, he's had 2 brothers play here. Pete works his tail off every week, giving us a great look on special teams and as a scout receiver as well.
And on offense?
On offense, I didn't know if I named this guy's name throughout the year. Lamar Seymour has made a little bit of a comeback here the last couple weeks, so I'm really proud of him. These young guys go through adversity, and, he was up on the field, with the 1s and 2s for a while, and then, then got moved down, and he's giving us a great look on the Rocks right now. Hopefully at some point we can move him back up, and, if he works his tail off just, motivation-wise. But he was great.
And finally on defense.
In defense, John Glenn. I think I mentioned his name a week ago.
You did?
John Glenn just continues to work hard and giving our offense a great look.
And I want to give a shout out. How about Brandon George and that interception? You talk about playing every second of every play, never giving up on a play. He was able to stay focused, pay attention, land on the ground and catch that football and keep it just a few inches off the ground.
How did he see it?
It's remarkable.
I mean, I don't know how he saw it. I mean, like, you're going to break your, especially with a helmet on now. That was a great interception. I told him if he was in the NFL, he could have got up. It's a little disappointing he couldn't score.
Right.
Because in the NFL, no one touches him. He can get up and run.
That was fantastic. And another game-changing moment and awareness, and Brandon George is having a heck of a year.
He really is. I mean, Captain George is playing the best football. We talk all the time about our seniors have to play the best football. To have a good team, your seniors got to play at a high level, and all of our seniors are playing really well.
Speaking of seniors, we got a super senior as coaches. Special guest, Ryan Jacoby, when we come back. You're listening to the Pat Narduzzi Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Icy Light is the official beer of getting up early. It's the official beer of rallying the troops. The official beer of turning a 3-hour game into an all-day affair. The official beer of, did you just see that? The official beer of rising and cheering in unison for every season-defining moment. Icy Light, the official beer of your Pittsburgh Panthers. Let's raise another.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Northwestern Mutual Pittsburgh today. Visit pittsburgh.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Hey Pittsburgh, it's Cam Hayward. I know firsthand that an illness such as cancer can strike at any time, even when you're at the top of your game. If you are healthy and life is going your way now, this is the best time to get life insurance. You can get a policy with GBU Life that's affordable to you now and build on it for the future with their guaranteed purchase option rider. Get started protecting the life you're building today at GBU.org.
GBU Life is the marketing name for GBU Financial Life, Pittsburgh, PA. Life insurance underwritten by GBU. This is a paid endorsement. Coverage is subject to approval and may not be available in all states.
Hey Pitt fans, Delta Airlines is proud to fly the Pittsburgh Panthers and their fans across the country and around the globe. Delta Airlines offers nonstop service to 6 destinations from Pittsburgh. Whether traveling for business or pleasure, you'll enjoy Delta Airlines' award-winning customer service as we support you through your travel journey. Pitt Athletics and Delta Airlines, keep climbing.
Play in the field is under further review.
Making the right call requires speed and accuracy.
I've got your result right here, Mrs. Johnson.
Siemens Healthineers provides laboratories with fast and accurate test results when and where they're needed. From the world's largest hospital systems to care centers here in the Berg and across Western Pennsylvania, Siemens Healthineers helps labs tackle the toughest challenges.
At Sarah's Candies, we make raising money for your group simple and sweet. With our chocolate bar and pretzel rod fundraisers, there are no minimums to get started, and you can earn up to 50% profit. Whether you're raising funds for a school, sports team, or even just yourself, we make it easy for groups of all sizes to succeed. Mention this ad when you order over the phone to earn 50% profit on your next order. Call 1-800-255-7771 to get started today.
It's the Pat Narduzzi Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
3rd and 11. Back is McCord. Throws that pass. Intercepted with the football running down the field left side. Kyle Lewis still on his feet at the 25-20, 15-10. He's into the end zone for the second pick six of the day.
This is unbelievable. Wow. This defense, these Sharks are eating.
Wow. What a game. Let's hear it for your Pitt Panthers Sharks. And on offense, we have Coach Narduzzi's special guest, super senior Ryan Jacoby from Mentor, Ohio, who came to us from Ohio State, transferred in 2021, and played in championship game for the ACC. So you've seen and done it all. Ryan, welcome.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me. Yes, thank you for having me.
Coach, he usually grills the guest players, but I think he's going to go easy on you tonight. We hear you have quite the sense of humor.
Yes, I'm a big comedy fan. My favorite comedian is Bert Kreischer. And actually, when he came in town a couple years ago, EJ and our old guy RJ helped me get in contact with him, and he got us backstage passes, and we went and saw him live in person. It was one of the best nights of my life.
And who are some of your other favorite comedians?
Dave Chappelle's good. Tom Segura. I like them all. I like comedy.
How about Sebastian Maniscalco?
To be honest, I don't know who that is.
He must not be worth a darn, Larry.
We got to – I'll tell you what. We got to – don't you think he'd
I was
like –
waiting for that.
You knew?
I knew he was not going to know who your guy was.
Not my guy. Do you guys know Sebastian? Clap if you've heard of Sebastian Maniscalco.
Not much of a clap out there.
No, I don't hear
He
it.
sold out PPG Paints Arena twice. So, all right, we'll get you down the road for that.
You look him up tonight. Look him up tonight.
Yeah, watch a couple of his things. It's all over YouTube.
Yeah, I will.
And then next time I see you, I'm going to ask you about it.
Perfect.
Meanwhile, you guys are 7-0, headed on the road. Let's talk about the offensive line. So important to the success of the team, and you guys have really come together, and you've been a big part of that.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, I think we've been having a pretty decent year this year. We started off a little bit slow in the sacks numbers-wise, but every game since the first 4 games, I think we've been decreasing our sack numbers or keeping them the same every week. So if we can just keep on doing that, keep Eli safe, open up holes for Dez, who's a stud, I mean, we're going to win a lot of games this year.
How much fun is it to watch Dez zip by sometimes?
It's
and
insane.
then when you know he's going.
It's insane, but it's sad sometimes because you think he's gone, he's not. And if he gets caught, we're all like, Dez, what the heck is going on there? Like, how did you get caught? You're supposed to be the fastest man alive. He's like, man, I was just a little bit tired. Or something like that. But watching him run is something very, very special.
You know, I worry about that young man on every play because sometimes those guys on the other side are like 2-3 times bigger than him, and they're trying to pancake him.
Yeah, no, it's hard. Sometimes we got to pull guys off of him and get them up.
Have you ever seen him get thrown backwards, though?
No.
You remember Vince Davis was a little guy, and I remember him just getting thrown around sometimes. This kid doesn't get thrown around.
No, that's a good point.
He's a brick wall, honestly.
And I thought about, on the 4th down when he went for 72 yards 2 games ago. Each and every game, he's provided a spark for the offense.
Oh, yeah. Without a doubt. He's like a spark plug. He's so little, he's so tiny, you can call him a spark plug.
And I don't know that we've ever heard, and this was, again, a couple of games ago when he received ACC Receiver of the Week.
Yeah.
And everybody goes like, wait a minute, that's your running back.
That's what I tell him all the time. I think that was North Carolina when he got Receiver of the Week. And I asked him yesterday, I was like, are you a receiver? He goes, no, I'm a running back.
Running back first.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, none of that works unless you guys are doing your job.
Absolutely, yeah.
And we always talk about the intricacies of what you do in a single play. And one of those is the factor that you run a, quick offense, you to the line, and you guys got to do what you do in really short order, sometimes as short as 7 seconds from the end of the previous play. How do you do that?
Well, I mean, conditioning, a lot of off-season conditioning. Coach Stack got us right this summer, and then during camp, too, just practicing tempo. But really, sometimes it's better to be fast and get your calls out. Just run off the ball and hit somebody, and then we'll get them – because they're not going to be ready either if we're going in 7 seconds. So just if we're all going the right direction on those tempo plays, then it's going to be a pretty good play most of the time.
How do you don't have time to hear some long, extended, drawn-out play call, right?
Yeah, no, Coach Bell's done a great job of shortening up the offense, especially for us. Most of our plays are 1 or 2 word. That's all we hear from the quarterback, 1 or 2 words, and we know what to do. And
you feed off the center's your guy, right? Mm-hmm. Kind of your quarterback as far as the line goes.
Yeah, Lyndon Cooper, he gets us right every play. He points out where we're going, and he's done a really good job for us this year.
So since you had a chance to be an ACC champion, obviously that's on the table, but it's 1-0 every week. We all get that. Meanwhile, we also like to know, since you've been in Pittsburgh, your experience, what got you to come to Pitt in the first place?
Well, to be honest with you, what got me to Pitt was one of our former players, Byron Floyd, who was a long snapper here. I grew up with him, played high school ball with him, and when I got into the portal, he's like, why don't you come here? I'm like, dude, you know what? Let's play together again. And I came here because of him, really.
And then your experience here, obviously you come here.
It's been awesome, yeah.
Boom, you win a championship. Yeah. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, that was insane, honestly. What a year to come. And Pittsburgh's been everything I ever dreamed college football would be. I mean, I love the city of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, what do you like about this city?
I like the people. I like the food. The one thing I don't like is the driving. I hate all the bridges confuse the heck out of me sometimes.
Yeah, us too. I'm a native, right, guys?
Yeah.
GPS.
The GPS gets it wrong sometimes too.
Think about life before GPS.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I
Coming
couldn't.
here. There's a reason they're trying to get this autonomous vehicle. They have all these cars driving all over the place because they figure if they can do it here, they'll be able to do it anywhere in the world, right?
Yeah, driving sucks. That's the one thing I hate about this.
All right, when we come back, more with super senior Ryan Jacoby. You're listening to the Pat Narduzzi Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
As on the football field, financial planning requires a comprehensive playbook to win the wealth management game. JKS Financial understands that your needs are unique and will provide the game plan to win your financial goals. Their wealth advisors use proven strategies with a focus on retirement distribution and will coach you through your journey to financial stability and peace of mind for the future. Visit jksfinancial.com.
You want a news source that delivers unrivaled football coverage? Then you want the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, because the Post-Gazette delivers football 24/7. High school, college, and the pros. Up to the minute, in-depth reports, scores and stats, matchups and highlights, breaking news, and breakout players. Exclusive coverage, online, in print, or on the go. So for football and all the news that impacts our region, the Post-Gazette delivers what matters most.
At Sarah's Candies, we make raising money for your group simple and sweet. With our chocolate bar and pretzel rod fundraisers, there are no minimums to get started, and you can earn up to 50% profit. Whether you're raising funds for a school, sports team, or even just yourself, we make it easy for groups of all sizes to succeed. Mention this ad when you order over the phone to earn 50% profit on your next order. Call 1-800-255-7771 to get started today.
Making the right call requires speed and accuracy.
I've got your result right here, Mrs. Johnson.
Siemens Healthineers provides laboratories with fast and accurate test results when and where they're needed. From the world's largest hospital systems to care centers here in the Berg and across Western Pennsylvania, Siemens Healthineers helps labs tackle the toughest challenges.
Welcome to the Eliza Hot Metal Bistro and Hotel Indigo Pittsburgh, University, Oakland, host of the Pat Narduzzi Show. At Eliza Hot Metal Bistro, our chefs are true craftsmen, infusing every bite with passion and precision. Elevate your special event to new heights with our rooftop terrace, with over 2,600 square feet of flexible event space. And when it's time to relax after being minutes from the action, our well-appointed guest rooms provide the perfect sanctuary. The Eliza Hot Metal Bistro and Hotel Indigo Pittsburgh, University, Oakland, where every detail, every moment matters.
Man, do I love picking up my winnings from MacBid. Oh, yeah, I see you, TV guy. You too, drill man. I'll get you yet.
Making friends?
They just happen to be here for pickup when I am. You'll see, honey, I'm gonna outbid those guys so bad.
Oh, I know you will.
And my biggest rival, Turntable Lady.
Yeah, thanks for picking that up. You put it in the trunk, right?
It's a MacBid auction-packed summer. I'm sleeping with the enemy.
Not with that attitude, you're not.
Now bidding.
At mac.bid and on the free app.
Let's return to the Pat Narduzzi Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
1st and 10, the Cuse at their own 38. Decent field position to start this drive from McCord. He wants to throw it on 1st down. Middle screen, it's intercepted on a tip. The Panthers have it. Running down the right sideline. Brian Lovelace, he's at the 10, the 5, and into the end zone. A trifecta of pick sixes for the Pitt Panthers in this game.
All 3 linebackers, too.
How about that? That was something to have 3 pick sixes in one half. That's a great way to start the game. Welcome back to the Pat Narduzzi Show here at the Indigo Hotel. And Coach's special guest is super senior Ryan Jacoby, left tackle, who came to us from Ohio. So let me ask you about, people hear all the time about the transfer portal, which has changed the game along with NIL. And here you are, an Ohio kid. You're recognized in your state. You're at Ohio State. Obviously, big recognition. How did you get into the transfer portal? And take us through that process.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it was kind of a crazy process. Everything wasn't going right for me at Ohio State. I was in a bad situation. I wasn't liking football, wasn't really liking anything. So I decided to enter my name into the portal. And the portal's a crazy place, to be honest with you. it's like 3 years of recruiting summed up in about a week and a half. Your phone's just going nonstop. I remember, like, I'm working out. I'm at my high school field with my coach talking to him. Like, every 5 minutes I get a phone call from another school or whatever. And it was kind of hectic. And at that point, I really didn't know if I really even wanted to play football anymore. So I was taking these calls kind of like lightheartedly, just talking to them, seeing what they had to offer and stuff. And then one night I remember I was sitting at home playing some video games with my friends, and my phone's ringing, and I'm like, hey, guys, like, I'm getting a call. It's from a Pittsburgh number. Like, should I answer it? They're like, yeah, put it on speaker. And I answered it, put it on speaker, and it was Coach Narduzzi sitting in his office saying, hey, Ryan, what's up? We want to have you come to the University of Pittsburgh, check it out. And that was one of the best phone calls of my life, really.
And you said you wanted to play with your buddy, and also when you got here, and obviously what a great team, what a great year. No one could ever take that championship ring away from you.
Yes, sir. I mean, I'm going to have that for life. And it was really awesome playing with my high school teammate, too. We lived together, too, when I got here. So right when I got here, everything was perfect. It was awesome.
But you wore a different number at one point.
I did. Yes, sir, I did. I got the luxury of being an offensive lineman who got to play some tight end, and I got to catch a ball in a real game. So I always tell my receivers all the time, I have the best hands on the team statistically. One for one, 100%. I've never had any drops, so I have the best hands on the team.
Let's hear it for wide receiver, tight end, Ryan Jacoby. So you talk about playing video games. We always check in with players what you like to do. You put so much time and effort into academics and athletics. But when you're trying to detach a little bit, what do you like to do?
Well, yeah, obviously video games are really fun. The new Call of Duty just came out, so we've been playing that a lot. But all summer and kind of the spring, me and my roommate Gavin, we really got into fishing. We're not very good at it, but we went fishing a lot this summer.
Where'd you go?
There's a couple of little parks around here. We tried the river. No luck in the river. But
I don't think you want to eat anything out of there.
No, we never kept anything either, just bass fishing. But there's a park kind of near Butler, like Glide Lake or something, Glide Park. We went up there. That's where
Glade Mill. Yeah, Glade Mill.
That's where we had our best luck at, was there.
You went during the open weekend, too, didn't you?
Yeah, we went fishing during the open week. We tried to bring different teammates, too. We brought Branson Taylor. He's never been fishing before. It was really funny. One time, me and him went by ourselves without Gavin. Gavin's the fisherman, so me and Branson don't like touching the worms or don't like touching the fish. So we're at this little pier, and there's probably like 2 elementary school students, and they're taking their fish off. So I asked them, like, hey, like, can you bait my hook? This little kid, he's baiting my hook for me. It was awesome, though. We made good friends.
Ryan, you're 6'5", over 300 pounds. But I'm with you, man.
Those
I don't
worms
like touching
are squirmy. Those fish are.
I'm with you 100%.
Yeah,
What's the biggest fish you ever caught?
Well, I caught a baby shark on a charter in Florida one year with my dad. But it was like a baby shark, like this big, like a foot big maybe. But that's probably the biggest fish. I held it too, and that was scary. I didn't like it.
Well, you already have a degree in media and professional communications. I could see Ryan's future, somewhere on television, radio, podcast. You want to do something like that after your football days are over?
Yeah, that'd be really cool. But as we were saying earlier, like, I really want to give stand-up a try too. Like, you never know. Like, I feel like stand-ups would be so fun, and it'd be really cool for me to try it out.
All right, you going to be around in March?
Yeah, maybe.
We're going to do a variety show, and we're looking for some talent. What do you think we recruit Ryan Jacoby to do a stand-up? I would love that, Coach.
Let's go. He's in.
I've never done it before, but my dad used to do it back in the day. He was a radio host, too, and he used to do it.
Obviously a gifted man with great taste.
Yeah. So I think it'd be really cool to give it a shot.
Well, I think you're going to be able to do whatever you want to do. Who's going to stop Ryan?
That's what I'm saying.
We're here to announce that Ryan has a new fishing show coming out sometime in the future. We'll let you know about that. Good luck against the Mustangs on the road. Should be a great challenge for you guys. How do you think you match up?
I mean, I think it's going to be a really good matchup. They're a really good team. We don't overlook any opponent. They only have one loss, too, to a tough BYU team. But we're excited for the challenge, man. We're excited to get out there to Dallas. I've never really been to I've been to El Paso once. That doesn't count as Texas. But to go to Dallas, I think it's going to be really fun.
All right, let's hear it for super senior Ryan Jacoby, your left guard, number 61. We'll see you in Dallas.
Thank you for having me.
Great job. And when we come back, the great Pat Bostic will break down the SMU Mustangs. You're listening to the Pat Narduzzi Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
I'm with Rocco Florio from Air Pro Heating and Cooling with great news.
Air Pro and Bryant are now offering the $1,000 rebate program.
Buy a furnace, take $1,000 off. Add a central air conditioning system, take another $1,000 off. That's $2,000 savings.
Plus up to 60 months interest-free financing or low 3.9% interest subject to credit approval. So call someone you know. Call AirPro Heating and Cooling at 800-749-0642. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Hi, this is Bill Hillgrove. I'm here with Joe Stefka from NSS Life. Joe, it's commonly known that NSS Life has a wide range of insurance products and high-yielding annuities that are among the industry's best.
You're right, Bill. In fact, our $50,000 youth term plan is only $50 per year. Just call for details.
Protecting and providing for your family. That's NSS Life.
NSS Life, where family matters.
As the largest and most experienced program in the region, UPMC Sports Medicine knows that injuries can happen to anyone, whether you're a weekend athlete, a rising star, or even a seasoned pro. That's why we offer a complete range of services and experts to help treat and prevent sports-related injuries to get you back in the game. To make an appointment, visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. UPMC is the official healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Panthers.
Hey Pitt fans, as the official credit union of the Pitt Panthers, Clearview Federal Credit Union is here to help you reach all your financial goals. Clearview wants to help you score big financially, whether you need to save, spend, borrow, or learn, they're here to help. Get easy access to your money from anywhere using their digital banking featuring Zelle, Clearview Live Video Banking, over 80,000 surcharge-free ATMs nationwide, and financial centers throughout the Pittsburgh area. Visit clearviewfcu.org/Panthers to learn more and open an account today. Hail to Pitt.
Hey Pitt fans, Delta Airlines is proud to fly the Pittsburgh Panthers and their fans across the country and around the globe. Delta Airlines offers nonstop service to 6 destinations from Pittsburgh. Whether traveling for business or pleasure, you'll enjoy Delta Airlines' award-winning customer service as we support you through your travel journey. Pitt Athletics and Delta Airlines, keep climbing.
Welcome to the Eliza Hot Metal Bistro and Hotel Indigo Pittsburgh, University, Oakland, host of the Pat Narduzzi Show. At Eliza Hot Metal Bistro, our chefs are true craftsmen, infusing every bite with passion and precision. Elevate your special event to new heights with our rooftop terrace, with over 2,600 square feet of flexible event space. And when it's time to relax after being minutes from the action, our well-appointed guest rooms provide the perfect sanctuary. The Eliza Hot Metal Bistro and Hotel Indigo Pittsburgh, University, Oakland, where every detail, every moment matters.
Back to the Pat Narduzzi Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Shotgun snap, McCord back, throws it over the middle, tipped and intercepted. Number 5, tipped off the receiver's hands, and Philip O'Brien Jr. says, "Thank you very much." Wow. That iced the deal for the Panthers against Syracuse. And let's hear it for Coach's next guest, former Pitt quarterback, Senior Associate Athletic Director of Major Gifts and Development, Pat Bostic. Let's hear it for Pat Bostic. Pat, Coach Narduzzi has a special announcement in the Eliza Lounge here at the Indigo Hotel. Coach, you want to let them in on your secret?
We had a 4 o'clock staff meeting, as we always do every Thursday, and we cover all kinds of things. Officials report from the ACC, but every Thursday, the first thing we start off with is the health report, from the training room. Chris Hanks gives us a report, and figured might as well just let everybody know today that Eli Holstein is ready to go and got cleared today.
Let's go.
So Eli Holstein's ready to roll. So that was good news.
Excellent news. So that's a great place to start with you, Pat. Pat Bostic, I'll tell you what, watching that game and listening to you and Doran in particular talk about how film study and technique, and especially with the defense in that first half, was unprecedented.
Yeah, I thought it was the best I've seen your defense cover, honestly. I mean, team threw it 65 times. You had to cover on 65 passes on 103 plays, right?
I didn't even know that.
65 pass attempts, and it was a variety of different looks and coverages, and I thought it was the best collection of coverage I've seen, and that's saying something. There's been some really good players and some really good defenses, but this was a group that came into the year rather unheralded, right? Young corners, safeties that were veteran, young linebackers, a D-line that no one knew about because of departures, and it was a really good collection of defense against a very good offense. And, I mean, you lose the total yardage by 100 yards, first downs by 10, and win by 28. You don't see that very often in football, and it comes down to really good defense and takeaways.
And as you mentioned, the 3 pick sixes, linebackers.
Yeah. Well, I think you're basically in dime when you've got those guys out there. I mean, they're not linebackers in the true sense. I mean, Kyle Lewis could play safety at places. I really think. I mean, he's that fast and athletic. Rasheem to the boundary. You try to isolate him on a back. I mean, it's not a matchup advantage for you. It's not a matchup advantage on a tight end. You're really in nickel dime all the time and can stop the run. It's a huge advantage when you can stay in base defense and be that athletic. And I think it's a testament to obviously Coach Dews and Randy Bates and Ryan Manilak and the type of player they've recruited to play against offenses that in the ACC are really athletic and have really good quarterbacks.
For the fans, nickel, dime, what does that mean?
Well, nickel's 5 DBs and 6 for dime. So
right.
It's the nickel makes more sense than a dime in terms of 5 and 6. But, yeah, it's the number of DBs you have in the field, whether it's corners or safeties. And with Pitt, playing a 4-3 and having 3 linebackers, I mean, basically Kyle Lewis is playing to the field in detached sets the 95% of the time, depending on who you're playing, in short yardage situations. He's playing a nickel safety position. But obviously he's very physical and can defend the run as good as he can defend the pass. But, I mean, the pick he had, Coach mentioned it in the early part of the show. I mean, he retreated, found the receiver, turned to the quarterback, made the play, and then took it the distance. I mean, it wasn't tipped up in the air and given to him. It was everything you coach, and I think he was at the line of scrimmage to start the play. So it's a combination of show blitz, bail out, find your play, you play your position, and then make the play. It's special. You don't see that every day from a linebacker.
And one of the most deceiving statistics, possession time, 41 minutes for Syracuse.
Throw it out the door.
If you looked at that, it doesn't mean anything in a game like this.
It does from the standpoint of the number of plays your defense plays. I mean, that's not ideal, but I think the way they play offensively, with the tempo, and when you got 13 drives and you score 3 touchdowns on defense, you'll take that any day of the week. I mean, that's an easy way to score.
As I said earlier, the other thing is those 3 extra possessions that the offense didn't get.
Right.
The defense is back on the field after those pick sixes. So that's going to hurt.
I have a hard time with my legal pad because I usually go like Syracuse, Pitt, Syracuse, Pitt. I kept going Syracuse, 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 Syracuse. They kept getting the ball back because the pick sixes, obviously, it's not make it, take it.
Yeah, when you get the chance on offense, a lot of times your offense is so explosive, you're scoring and you're not, driving down the field using 10, 12 plays, you're scoring quickly.
Tell you, one of the drives it was critical that the offense is sitting on the sideline getting cold, right? I mean, they didn't get any rhythm that day. The third quarter, the first series of the third quarter, you know how long that took? 9.5 minutes. Our defensive side was like a 19-play drive.
They can have it.
And the tight end flinched at the goal line. They didn't call it. The tight end, it was illegal procedure. I don't think they score if they back them up another 5 yards. It might have been a 24-play drive. But we bent a little bit on that drive, but we didn't give them a big play. They had to earn it the whole way down. They just nickeled and dimed us. 9.5 minutes. I'm just like tick tock, tick tock. This game's going to be over pretty soon.
Right. I mean, to your point, I remember it. We're going. They can't get. I mean, to your defense's credit, they couldn't make any big plays, so
the
it was
didn't
just
add up.
chip away.
They weren't going to be able to score, enough times in 9.5 minutes to
all those fourth downs. I mean, they converted 6 of 7 fourth downs, I believe.
Yeah, 6 of 7 fourth. I mean, all the stats that they had offensively speak to the disproportionate time of possession. But I mean, you guys played seconds and thirds in there. The key is, the guys like Jordan Bass are making plays. I mean, you hear about the main guys, right, the starters, but you've got depth that's going in there in key situations and making plays, and it's not a drop-off, which is a big deal when you're playing 103 plays.
I mean, that play by Jordan Bass, at the top of this segment here, you had P.J. O'Brien's play. No one talks about Jordan Bass is the one that got underneath the route and then got his hand on that ball, tipped it up so that P.J. could get it. And that's kind of also what you want in that same coverage. Whether you pick it off or, ideally you force an overthrow or a tip ball.
When we come back, Pat Bostic will break down the matchup with SMU. You're listening to the Pat Narduzzi Show on the Pitt Panther Radio Network.
Hey Pittsburgh, it's Cam Hayward. As someone who disrupts plans for a living, I can't say enough about the importance of life insurance. Sometimes you can see the end zone right ahead of you, you have a clear shot, then bam, it's Cam. A policy from GBU Life can let you focus more on getting out from under what life throws at you and worry less about protecting the life you are working hard to build. Get started protecting the life you are building today at GBU.org.
GBU Life is the marketing name for GBU Financial Life. Pittsburgh, PA. Life insurance underwritten by GBU. This is a paid endorsement. Coverage is subject to approval and may not be available in all states.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Northwestern Mutual Pittsburgh today. Visit pittsburgh.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Icy Light is the official beer of getting up early. It's the official beer of rallying the troops. The official beer of turning a 3-hour game into an all-day affair. The official beer of, did you just see that? The official beer of rising and cheering in unison for every season-defining moment. Icy Light, the official beer of your Pittsburgh Panthers. Let's raise another.
Thanks to 850 community partners across an 11-county service area, Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank is working to eliminate hunger and stabilize lives across the Three Rivers region. We're committed to making sure all our neighbors have consistent access to healthy food, and we're connecting people to other critical services to address the root causes of food insecurity. To get help, volunteer, or donate today, visit pittsburghfoodbank.org or call 412-460-3663.
The 2-minute warning, the caution flag, the 4. At PNC Bank, we believe in the power of a helpful watch out. That's why we created Low Cash Mode, the new financial watch out that gives you multiple options and at least 24 hours of extra time to avoid overdraft fees. Low Cash Mode on Virtual Wallet from PNC Bank. Available on all virtual wallet products. To learn more, visit pnc.com/lowcashmode. Copyright 2021, the PNC Financial Services Group, Inc. All rights reserved. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Hey, Pitt fans! Delta Airlines is proud to fly the Pittsburgh Panthers and their fans across the country and around the globe. Delta Airlines offers nonstop service to 6 destinations from Pittsburgh. Whether traveling for business or pleasure, you'll enjoy Delta Airlines' award-winning customer service as we support you through your travel journey. Pitt Athletics and Delta Airlines. Keep climbing.
It's the Pat Narduzzi Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
From the right hash, Guess holding, Crawford snapping. 57-yard field goal attempt. The ball is on its way. That kick, long enough, high enough, and it's good. Hit the crossbar and went in.
That was just, let's hear it for Ben Sauls, the best kicker in college football midseason. But
he's the best kicker in college football.
This
is what he is.
He's been perfect. All right, let's talk about the matchup with SMU, a new member of the ACC. Here's what you need to know. Brought to you by PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. Pat Bostic, Coach Narduzzi always looks forward to your scouting report.
Well, I put purple on transfers on my chart.
How many you got?
I got 17 in the 2 deep on offense and 18 in the 2 deep on defense. So I got 35 transfers in the 2 deep on both sides of the ball, and most of them are Power 4 kids. So they got, I think, 3 kids from Miami on the defensive line and 4 or 5 from Miami, where Rhett Lashley was for Manny Diaz a few years ago on the offensive side of the ball. It doesn't include Jalen Knighton, who played running back for him and is out for the year. So they've gotten a number of really good players that either were at Power 4 schools and are from Dallas or the Texas area that came back. They've done a good job in that regard. I think they're talented. I think they're speedy on offense. Defensively, they look the part on the defensive line. Again, I remember looking at my depth chart when Pitt played Miami in 2019, 20, 21, and those same guys were playing for Miami as freshmen and sophomores. So they're talented. I think they're well coached. Rhett Lashley does a good job with them. You know what you're kind of going to get on offense with the run game. Obviously, the quarterback, Jennings, I think, gives them a different spark than Preston Stone did a year ago, and his running ability. He's doubled Stone's rushing output in 7 or 8 games that Stone had last year. And then defensively, they're really good up front, and they've got 2 good ends that can get after you. So this is a big test, probably the best team, I think, top to bottom that Pitt's played without a question.
Yeah, they're 7-1 in their loss to undefeated BYU. But as you pointed out, some of these games could go either way, as with any team. But there was some question about their quarterback for this week, but it looks like he's going to go.
Well, anytime you run a quarterback like they do, and Duke, Duke does a good job defensively. Manny Diaz is there, so obviously Rhett and Manny went against each other, but he took a hit on a sideline. But he says he's fine. I expect to see him playing in the game. Say it's a lower body injury, so does it affect his mobility? We'll find out. He looked pretty good at the end of that game to win it. And listen, they're coming off they got lucky to win that game. I mean, if you really look at it, and you can say that a lot of times looking back on season, you look at a game and, hey, we shouldn't have won this game on paper. 6 turnovers, the opposing team misses 2 field goals and an extra point. You probably get lucky to walk out of there with a win, but this is going to be a hungry team looking to play better football. It's their homecoming game, and Jennings is a big part of what they do, and him and Brashard Smith, that running back, and they throw in the kind of their do-it-all joker guy, Daniels, and they've got some speed that you've got to make sure you account for all 3 of those in the run game.
And how do you keep the Sharks playing at such a high level and keep the motor going?
Well, this will probably be, Coach, the fastest tempo team we've played to this point on a consistent basis.
I would say it's like very similar to North Carolina. I mean, they're going to get it going, but speed-wise and the amount of times they go fast is like North Carolina. So we've seen it. We didn't actually do a great job at it, so that's been a focus this week of, just being more detailed because, it's going fast. You got to have perfect alignments by everybody on defense.
Well, that's the key. I mean, if they're in the right place, the athleticism's there to make the plays. It's the key is the tempo is going to predicate whether you can get in the right place, get lined up, and then obviously evaluate what's going on. But playing with a lot of confidence, and I expect that to continue. This is a totally different test than a week ago, though. This is a team that prefers to run the ball as opposed to throwing it. They can throw it, don't get me wrong, but it's the RPO game and vertical passes as opposed to the possession-type passes you saw from Syracuse. So it's a totally different, I think, approach from a defensive standpoint and what you're trying to stop on a down-to-down basis.
And if you're the coaching staff at SMU looking at Pitt's defense, you're going, oh, boy.
Yeah, you
what
are.
What do we do?
Well, I mean, it's the top 2 rush defenses in the league on both sides of the ball. And I think structurally, obviously, you look at the Panthers and they make you think about throwing it. I think if you're Pitt, obviously you want to keep Jennings in the pocket if you can. That's your best chance of success. He threw the ball away a few times last week. You'd like to see that continue. I'd love to see that continue. I don't know about all you guys, but I'd love to see that continue. But if he gets out on the edge, man, he is dangerous. And he's by far the best rushing quarterback that I think we've seen. Not taking anything away from Chris Well or Green at West Virginia. This guy's got a different gear.
And if you just joined us, Eli Holstein will play quarterback for the Panthers, and that will be a big difference maker, obviously, for the offense in the last 2 games, who really haven't been called upon like in the previous 5 because the defense has played so well.
Well, I mean, listen, you got to find a way to win, and I think if Eli finishes the drive, they go score a touchdown, we're all talking a little bit different about the offense. You're talking about the first half being a little bit fluky with 3 pick sixes, and they score 2 touchdowns in the second half. I mean, that's what I expected to see if he finishes that drive. It's a 13-yard gain on first down. They're rolling. They're going to go down and score a touchdown, and all of a sudden you're feeling different about the offense. The ball he threw to Poppy was perhaps it's a top 5 throw he's made all year, in my opinion. So he's just got to play more consistent, and you're going to have to go score against this team. But it's great to have him there, obviously, and don't sleep on his ability to run the football and what that does to a defense as well.
That was a laser to Poppy and a tight window.
Big time. It was big time. Same in the ball to Sincere Lee over the middle. I mean, those are both tight window throws that are befitting of a guy that's up for the Davey O'Brien as a freshman, which is pretty good.
Let's hear it for Pat Bostic, and that's what you need to know, brought to you by PNC. Brilliantly born since 1865. Thanks, partner. And when we come back, some final thoughts with Coach. You're listening to the Pat Narduzzi Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
You want a news source that delivers unrivaled football coverage? Then you want the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, because the Post-Gazette delivers football 24/7. high school, college, and the pros. Up to the minute, in-depth reports, scores and stats, matchups and highlights, breaking news, and breakout players. Exclusive coverage, online, in print, or on the go. So for football and all the news that impacts our region, the Post-Gazette delivers what matters most.
As on the football field, financial planning requires a comprehensive playbook to win the wealth management game. JKS Financial understands that your needs are unique and will provide the game plan to win your financial goals. Their wealth advisors use proven strategies with a focus on retirement distribution and will coach you through your journey to financial stability and peace of mind for the future. Visit jksfinancial.com.
I'm with Rocco Florio of AirPro Heating and Cooling, a trusted HVAC company that carries quality Bryant products and serves the entire Pittsburgh area. Rocco, what's up on prices for furnaces and air conditioning equipment?
Larry, it's best for people to purchase now, as equipment prices are going up in the coming months. AirPro takes pride in our prices. We are lower than the competition and provide financing options and long warranties.
Call AirPro Heating and Cooling today at 800-749-0642. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Playing the field is under further review.
Making the right call requires speed and accuracy.
I've got your result right here, Mrs. Johnson.
Siemens Healthineers provides laboratories with fast and accurate test results when and where they're needed. From the world's largest hospital systems to care centers here in the Berg and across Western Pennsylvania, Siemens Healthineers helps labs tackle the toughest challenges.
The 2-minute warning, the caution flag, the 4. At PNC Bank, we believe in the power of a helpful watch out. That's why we created Low Cash Mode, the new financial watch out that gives you multiple options and at least 24 hours of extra time to avoid overdraft fees. Low Cash Mode on Virtual Wallet from PNC Bank. Available on all virtual wallet products. To learn more, visit pnc.com/lowcashmode. Copyright 2021, the PNC Financial Services Group, Inc. All rights reserved. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Thanks to 850 community partners across an 11-county service area, Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank is working to eliminate hunger and stabilize lives across the Three Rivers region. We're committed to making sure all our neighbors have consistent access to healthy food, and we're connecting people to other critical services to address the root causes of food insecurity. To get help, volunteer, or donate today, visit pittsburghfoodbank.org or call 412-460-3663.
Let's return to the Pat Narduzzi Show on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
And we're with Chris Bickle, 97 head football coach Pat Narduzzi. Some final thoughts as you get ready to take the Panthers on the road to meet the Mustangs of SMU.
Yeah, Larry, this is going to be a game you're going to have to win up front. You talk about the Hogs up front. Our offensive line's got to play really well in the run game. We've got to be two-dimensional. We get a run game going, and we definitely got to protect Eli with those two edge rushers. And again, they're good inside as well. They'll blitz. They'll blitz probably 25% of the time. And then D-line, we got to be good up front D-line-wise. We've got to contain the quarterback and stop the run. And the run will be a big part of it.
And certainly you want to keep the momentum going that you had on defense, too, and your special teams. And Eli Holstein will play against the Mustangs. Good luck, Coach.
Thanks, Larry. Hell to Pitt.
And it'll be a great night on the ACC Network. 8 o'clock is kickoff at SMU. Panthers have never played there before, and we're looking forward to it. Our radio network coverage begins with Bill Hillgrove, Pat Bostic, Doran Dickerson, and Cale Berger at 6 o'clock Saturday night on our flagship 93.7 The Fan and throughout the network. We appreciate our Panther fans being here. Let's give yourselves a round of applause. Great job, guys. I want to thank PJ Kamenchik, our executive producer, Tom Catanzari, also Charlie Borges back at headquarters, and thanks to Pitt's Paul Bardo and his team, and always Media Relations, E.J. Borghetti and his team do a fantastic job. You've been listening to the Pat Narduzzi Show and the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.